Hi, I'm Greg Denning, the author and creator of the 5 Fundamental Factors for a Fantastic Life. Most of us have a lot of significant demands on our time and our energy. We all have important roles to play in life, and we need to do them well. And I hope you have that desire in your heart to consistently get better, to strive toward greatness. Without question, the best way to live is as a high performer. Doing your very best in each of those important roles. And I've had the privilege now of studying success and high performance for 20 years. And here's what I've learned. There are 4 major things that high performers do. Number 1, high performers are holistic. Right? They see the whole thing. They see how it all relates and how it all fits together in life. And so they're therefore very prioritized. They know, they understand how physical fitness, mental health, emotional mastery, and spiritual well-being in your relationships all fit together. And so they're fierce in protecting and prioritizing and guarding that. On the contrary, people who are living mediocre lives, they don't get it. They don't understand how that interrelation of physical, mental, spiritual, social, and emotional all affect each area of life. You cannot neglect one without having it affect all the other areas of life. And so most of them, they kind of go through life hoping things work out, hoping things go well. They start their day, crossing their fingers that they have a good day, but for the most part, they play the role of the victim, allowing circumstances and other people to dictate their lives. And so instead of directing their lives, they accept their lives. Number 2 is what I like to call bibliotherapy. It just means changing your life by reading great books. Leaders are readers. Brian Tracy and Mark Victor Hansen, my friend Michelle Dell, and Brendan Burchard, right? They are readers, voracious studiers and learners. Why? Why does that matter? Why is this one of the key ingredients to living as a high performer? Now, I've created a whole course on this called Bibliotherapy. It's an audio program. Get a copy of it. I believe this is one of the most critical habits in your life. Why? Because reading great content, it develops your mind. Every time you get a new idea, your mind makes new connections, and it's growing, it's challenging it. You're staying alive mentally. Once a mind has been expanded by a new idea, it can never return to its former dimensions. And so you're growing. Leaders know their business, right? They know their expertise. They're amazing in their craft. You and I, we need to know our stuff, and we need to know it well. We need to be very well read in every important role. I've said this before, as a parent, as a spouse, as a leader, as a learner. I mean, just in all these areas, you've got to be studying voraciously. We read constantly. I challenge you to read in the morning when you get up. Don't get up and jump right into your emails. Don't jump right into your work tasks. Get up and feed your mind and feed your body, feed your life. Input determines output. Read throughout the day. You got to get your intellectual meals. And when you're waiting in traffic, or while you're driving the car, get an audio book. Get audiobooks on your phones, on your devices. While you're waiting in an office for an appointment, while you're waiting for meetings, you just constantly be reading, and then read again before you go to bed. Always have that good flow of input coming in. Now, I'm going to challenge you, don't read trash. I'm always shocked how many garbage books are out there. There are more than enough great books for an entire lifetime. So don't waste any time reading junk. If it's a junk book, just don't waste your time reading it. Read great books. Put together a list of all these amazing books you're going to buy. Buy them now. Get them and start reading them in order. And just have them there in front of you and get going. I'm going to challenge you to do something. Don't check your email inbox all the time. Get off your social media feeds. Stop texting as much. If the world were as proficient and effective at learning as they are texting, I mean, the whole world would be revolutionized, right? So I'm going to challenge you to do that. Put those things back in their proper place and spend much more time in bibliotherapy, in learning and studying, in feeding and feasting on great information, because it is a constant reminder of what you can do better. It's motivational, it's inspirational, It helps you maintain perspective and regain focus. It helps you to fine-tune your life and prioritize it, put it in order. I mean, this constant diet of great information just propels you up this path towards greatness. High performers are voracious readers. Number 3, high performers are thinkers. And you say, well, duh, no kidding. Thank you for being so obvious. But most of us don't think. In fact, a lot of us don't even know how to think. Real thinking is hard work, perhaps the hardest work there is. We've got to discipline our minds to really think. Most of us just allow our thoughts to wander around, from what we're going to eat later, to what happened yesterday, to what that person's wearing, to what my mom did when I was a kid. And we just let our thoughts wander around, and very few of us can actually have focused thinking for more than just a few minutes. Well, high performers and peak performers, they discipline themselves to really think, to think deeply, to think broadly, and to think in a focused and a laser focused way on what they need to accomplish. So train yourself to think. We've got to have critical thinking and creative thinking, optimistic thinking, analytical thinking. I mean, there's all these different ways to think. John Maxwell wrote a book called Thinking for a Change. I've read it and listened to it multiple times. I highly recommend it. And he'll walk you through that step in there of how to put thinking into your schedule and into your life, where you actually set aside time each day to think, and how to do it well. And I promise this will alter your life. High performers are thinkers. Number 4 is that high performers work. They know how to work, but they don't overwork. A lot of us overwork and underperform. There's got to be a balance there between really hard, focused, intense work and adequate recovery. This work, and never rest stuff just drains us, and we don't perform like we could. We've got to have hard work and recovery. But most of us never get into work and really go after it. I've suggested in other places that we try a 50-10, where we go in hard focus work for 50 minutes and a 10-minute break. Back 50 minutes, 10-minute break. And dig into it with discipline. And when you work, really work. I mean, give it your very best effort, like you're in a highly competitive game. It's game day. And when you show up, bring it. Get all the distractions out while others are Facebooking or on social media or texting or distracted from the internet or whatever else is going on in their lives. You've got to eliminate all that and get into it. So don't sleep too much, don't socialize too much. Have a scheduled time and a time limit for social media and for chit-chatting and for checking emails and all those tasks, and learn to go after your most important tasks first. When you go to work, whether it's at home, whether it's in paradise, or whether it's the office, make sure you have a mission, a daily mission, and go in and be fierce and go after it, get it done. Make that big one the highest priority, and then do the other things as you give them time. You'll be surprised, you'll be shocked at how much you can get done by having really focused, intense work like it's game day. So my challenge to you for this 4th one is get that in your mindset and discipline yourself. Eliminate all distractions from other people, from emails, from anything. Turn off your phone if you have to, shut down the internet, whatever you have to do. You go in after your task and get it done. You'll be amazed. It's awesome. So in order to live as a high performer, we remember to be holistic, to read, to think, and to work. Let's go after it. I challenge you, subscribe to my video channel, subscribe to my webpage, visit me at gregdenning.com, put in your name and email there for more inspiration and training and motivation. And let's go out this week, let's be high performers, let's implement these steps in our lives, and let's reach upward.